Good morning, good morning. Unity of Walnut Creek. Give me a hey. Give me a ho.
Hey, Linda.
Give me a wave. Are you guys there? There you are. Yes. And how are you doing at home? You've already been hanging and hoeing. Thank you. And outside. All right, we have Astra Fox providing our music today. We have Annika joining us. Let's take it away.
Here we go. I am enough exactly as I am right now. I open myself to divine grace and gratitude. I am enough exactly as I am right now. I open myself to divine grace and gratitude. Divine Mother, I open to your blessings. Thank you for thy grace. 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 I am enough exactly as I am right now. I open myself to divine grace and grandness.
Song. I'm ready. Yeah, I hear another song. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. So glad to see you here on this beautiful Sunday morning. I'm Carl, by the way.
And I'm Carolyn Jansen. Welcome to our service, everybody, and especially warm welcome to everybody online. We're so happy you're here
Hi,
with
everybody.
us. Thank you for joining us.
So please join me in welcoming our featured musician, backed by popular demand, Astra Fox. And she is joined by Tyler on piano, Dusty on bass, Laraya on drums, and Annika and Lisa were helping her with this song, and maybe we'll do that again later, so thank you guys so much. Astra does have music to share with you, and you can say hello to her at the table, the purple table, out in the back. And what? And t-shirts? Okay. Well, I might have to get an Astra Fox t-shirt.
All right. Reverend Kristin will deliver today's message, and the title is Vast Abundance. This is part one of the series of two in the series, God Creates We Can Access.
Before we begin, I invite you to turn your phones to silence as we enjoy this sacred service time together.
Let us take a moment to be grateful for the land upon which our center rests. This is Bay Miwok and Ohlone land.
We honor the Bay Miwok and Ohlone people of the past and of the present day, And for taking care of these grounds and all the grounds they've taken care of through the thousands of years, but we now dedicate ourselves to taking care not only of these sacred grounds, but all of Mother Earth.
Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. Our vision for the world, and let's say this together, vision a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness.
And our mission is who we have come here to be. So again, let's say this together. We are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. And here at Unity Walnut Creek, we've identified 4 core values, and these are love, connection, service, and wisdom.
And if you're with us for the very first time, welcome. Do we have any newcomers today? If
Yes,
you'd like to
over
raise
here.
your hand, welcome.
Hi
We're
there.
happy you're here with us.
Right here and the other way too.
Our ushers have a welcome packet for you, and inside that packet there's a $10 coupon that you can use for any classes or events that are held here at Walnut Creek. And we invite you to join us on the patio afterwards, so we have a chance to greet you. And also, please stop by the bookstore, because they'll have another little gift for you.
And there's always coffee in our bookstore, but this week, I already was in there, there's some special treats, including a really neat little hummingbird cake that you might want to try. Oh, everybody wants to know what a hummingbird
Been
cake
sampling.
is. Yeah, that's the advantage of doing the 9:30 service. You get 45 minutes to eat goodies. Connection cards are available in the newcomer welcome packets and in the pockets, in seat pockets in front of you. These are for everyone. And with this card, you may request submit a prayer request, and a prayer team will pray with you throughout the week.
And you can also share feedback on this card or request information, and just place this card in the offering basket as it comes around. And for those of you viewing online, there's the connection cards that are available on the Watch Live page, and you can check that out. So we have several activities we'd like to highlight this week.
First, I'd like to invite Tyler Snorton Phelps to the platform so he can tell you all about our big event on Friday.
I was just blissed out over there. I forgot. Okay. Now, talking about blissed out, you need to be here Friday night. We have an amazing concert. This is going to be an indoor concert here in the sanctuary. But we have got the New Thought Music All-Stars. That's what we're calling them. This is a lot of these amazing, powerful singers who you've seen on Sundays over the years. Sharon D. Henderson, Carrie Hillary, Carol Manson, Bejan, if any of you remember, it's been a little while, but she's incredible. Some other folks you may not know who are also amazing, like Misa Malone from Unity of San Francisco. We have a really hot band from the SLC Church in Sacramento. It's just going to be off the chain, as we say. And it is a Friday night, so just get that in your head, because often we do Saturday and Sunday concerts. But it's this Friday. You can get your tickets today in the bookstore and online. And I guess you could just come and buy them at the door, but reserve your seat in advance. This one will kick off our New Thought Music Conference, our regional conference of musicians, singers, songwriters from New Thought communities all over the West Coast. But it's open to everybody, but you'll meet some other cool people who are part of that conference that'll be there too. So, when? Friday, 7 o'clock, New Thought All-Stars, be here.
So Carolyn and I are going to be, fortunately, going camping all week in the dirt, but we're coming back Friday, and we'll be here either in clean clothes or dirty clothes, but we'll be here, Tyler. Mark? There it's okay.
All are welcome.
Yes,
Yes,
that's right.
absolutely.
Thank you.
In all states. As energetic beings, we are constantly influenced, and we absorb the energy around us. And it's easy to be influenced by another person's emotions, their thoughts, their stress, and even mistake them as your own. Come learn how to consciously regulate your energy, stay grounded, balanced, and connected to your authentic self in our upcoming Energetic Boundaries 101. This workshop will be held on May 31st at 2 o'clock. Join Mark Stanton. Watch for this practical, interactive, and fun workshop designed to help you strengthen your personal energy field and navigate life with greater clarity, balance, and vitality. And you can reserve your spot in the bookstore or on our website.
And that's Mark Stanton Welch, in case you had recognized that name. So I'm very happy to extend an invitation to every one of you, and I know a lot of people in this audience well, and some a little bit. There's nobody here who I don't think will enjoy this if you're able to come. We're going to have it's not really a book study. We're going to use this book, Rooted, starting a 4-week class or get-together on June 2nd, so it's Tuesdays. It'll be the first 4 Tuesdays in June, not the 5th one. This book is so neat because it uses our experience, it talks about our experiences in nature and how spiritual those are. And so it gets us to think of connect with God in a way that's really can be very personal for us. And we share we do a lot of just fun discussion together. So
And
really,
who's facilitating that?
oh, I am, by the way. Thanks for reminding me. I have to remember that. There is a sign-up sheet at the blue table outside, and there's also a flyer there you can take home with you for more information. So I look forward to seeing you guys right here, 7 o'clock to 8:30, so not a real long class for 4 weeks. And if you can't make all 4, and you look at your calendar, I'm going to make, just be, each one will be unique. It's not interconnected where you miss a flow, so drop in.
As we prepare for our time of meditation, please join me in just taking a conscious breath.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, we were going, excuse me,
yeah.
we're going
That's
to
okay.
have,
Still be in a
we can,
meditative
We could be,
space.
yeah, let's
just
medit-
take a
let's
conscious
meditate
breath,
and
it's
listen to
always good.
Kristin.
And Kristin,
Yeah. No? There it is. It takes a minute to make the connection, you know. Sometimes I take a minute. My brain takes a minute to make the connection. Anyway, sorry about all that.
That's quite all right.
Yeah, so this beloved one has been a part of our congregation since when?
1988.
1988. She was our vice president on the board. You've had other roles on the. She was the president. Pretty much all the roles on the board you could have over the
No
years,
secretary
except for secretary
or treasurer.
or treasurer. Okay, all the rest, which is 3 others. Anyway, she's been a facilitator up here on the platform over time. The hands and feet of the ministry in lots of ways as just a connector here and a supporter of others. And I know that you have given to us in many, many ways. Do you want to say anything?
Sure.
So you can come on up to the lectern.
As I look out there's so many familiar faces over the last, 30 years. It's amazing to have been a part of this community and to have grown spiritually like I have and seen so many ministers, and then to have Kristin. It's been wonderful, wonderful to have her here. So thank you all for your love and support, and it's been wonderful.
And we should probably say where you're going. Linda's headed, you want to say?
No, you can.
Linda's headed to Tennessee. No, you say. I'm not going to steal your thunder.
Some of you may remember my daughter, Wendy. She's been here and sung several times, and she moved to Tennessee about 4 years ago. Lord have mercy, I had no idea that my daughter would become a farmer. And but they do tower gardens, and they're in these beautiful communities, which I never, ever expected my daughter to do. And so I went in November and bought a house, and they've been having parties at my house ever since. And I was there for 3 of them over the holidays, and there were about 50 people at each one. So it is an amazing community, and I'm scared and happy and joyous, and I'm going to miss Unity so much. There's nothing like this around.
We are going to miss you, Linda. Let's bless our friend with a unity blessing. We know that it's going to be amazing, your new life, and we will miss you. And we are grateful for all that you have given us. Yeah. Linda, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the divine light within you.
I noticed she picked up a little Tennessee accent when she was sharing, too.
That Tennessee accent can be very infectious. So next time we see her, she'll probably really have it going. I do want to share that another thing. Linda was very instrumental in the group and the team that brought our new minister to us when Reverend David left. Ta-da! And the proof is in the pudding. Right? We're all in love with Kristin. So thank you for all that work that you did then, Linda. It was fun working with you. I appreciate all you've done. Where are we here?
So as we
Okay.
take time to prepare for our meditation, please join me in taking another conscious breath and affirming our statement of faith. There is
There's only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God.
We'll begin with music, followed by guided meditation and silence.
At the center of my being there is love. At the center of my being there is love. This love is perfect. This love is in me. At the center of my being there is love. At the center of my being there is peace. At the center of my being there is peace. This peace is perfect. This peace is in me. At the center of my being there is peace. At the center of my being there is God. At the center of my being there is God. This God is perfect. This God is in me. At the center of my being there is God. At the center of my being there is peace. At the center of my being there is love.
So let's allow our energy and attention to be centered in the midst of our being, in this center that is the place of God, the place of love, the place of peace. And breathing into this space allows us to both deepen into it and to expand out from it. Every breath an opportunity to do just that. I breathe in deeply into the center of my being. And having collected the recognition, the realization of the love that I am, the peace that is available to me, I breathe it out, expanding it in every direction. letting that peace permeate the cells of our being, allowing our minds to relax, our shoulders to drop, shifting into a place of reception. And letting a wave of peace move through us. Breathing in through the portal of this heart of yours. Realize there are worlds upon worlds, shades and expressions of love in the depth of your heart. In your moments of compassion, forgiveness, of loving and being loved. At the center of your being, all this is held, remembered, unfurled into the universe all around. And so let every breath drop you in to center. And let's be still and know as we become aware of the vastness of love and peace available to us right here in the silence. And out of this rich, abundant silence, comes a cascade of prosperity, a remembrance of ourselves as love itself. A knowing that peace is possible because we just experienced it. From the center of our being, we know that we have power. The power to bless and affirm, the power to make change, to uplift. And so let's send out from the center of our being love and peace. Knowing that that blessing lands as an activation for others to locate the center of their own being and to feel the love and the peace that resides within them and that is now awakened. And they pass it on, and so it goes throughout the world and beyond this planet. Love and peace from right here and coming back to you tenfold. And so it is.
At the center of my being, there is love. At the center of my being, there is love. This love is perfect. This love is in me. At the center of my being, there is love. At the center of my being, there is God. At the center of my being, there is love. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. grows. I love it and it grows. I trust it and it grows. A new reality. I play in the garden. I play in the garden. I play in the garden of prosperity. I play in the garden. I play in the garden. I play in the garden of prosperity.
Talk about abundance. There were a bunch of you singing there. That was really amazing. Good morning, everyone. How are you today? All right, lots of thumbs up and fabulous. We got good energy in the house and online. Welcome everybody who's online. And thanks to everybody in the booth who's making it happen. And then once again, remotely, the switch is operating. Mind-boggling, isn't it? So Rocket is wherever he is on the planet, and he's switching the slides from there. I just love this. And hello to those who are outside as well. So, and anybody else who happens to be walking by, right? Yeah, we have a new sign out, thanks to somebody who just thought it was a good idea. Yolanda, I don't know if she's here. No, Suzanne's here. Her partner's here. But she thought it was a good idea for us to have a new sign for people that are walking by. So she said, do you mind if I just create it and pay for it and deliver it? I was like, no. So you might see it out there. Anyway, I want to talk about a novel today. I read this novel. I didn't watch it. I read it. It's called I Am Sophia by J.F. Alexander. And it also came to me in this divinely ordered way. I was on a spiritual retreat, and I just was perusing the books in the lending library, and landed in my hands. And then it landed in my heart. And as I was reading it, I thought, wow, this sounds like Grace Cathedral in San Francisco. And it was. So the setting in the beginning is that this woman pitches a tent at the opening doors of Grace Cathedral in San Francisco, and she's obviously unhoused, and we learn that she has suffered some abuse. And she's there at the cathedral where the last bishop, this is a futuristic San Francisco, the last bishop is pastoring a dwindling congregation, and his name is Peter, of course. Right. And at first, everyone treats her with compassion and concern and a little bit like a problem to solve, right? And they begin to then realize that she's actually there by divine appointment, and she has a very transformational, Christ-like message to deliver. So the divine is expressed to us sometimes in very surprising packages, isn't it? And this is a really important point to remember, because a lot of times we don't notice things or look for things or include things, and it's a way that we keep God at bay, the abundance of the divine at bay. So the original way that people were seeing Sophia shifted greatly as she stuck around a little bit and shared a little bit more of her teachings. God is vast abundance. This is one of the traits we're exploring of this essence of the divine that we have access to. And when we say vast abundance, like, okay, yeah, we kind of get that intellectually, but there is a lot more to it. And today I really want to talk about that piece of not only being in the awe of the abundance, but recognizing how we participate in it, how we are a part of it. A lot of times when we hear the word abundance, our society, and we have gotten used to this too, of expressing abundance as something like, money, material possessions, status, achievements, success in those terms. And of course, that is all a part of abundance, but we would limit abundance itself if we stop there, right? Prosperity is so much more than that. It includes pretty much anything you can think of that is goodness in your life or goodness that is available to you. So what if this vast abundance is less about striving and accumulating and more about participating and allowing? Because we can even take spiritual principle and say, I'm co-creating in my life and I want to manifest certain things. And we can kind of get, as some of us anyway, can kind of get in a striving space around it or an accumulating space around it, right? And if instead we shift into, I'm participating in something that is already available to me, I'm allowing what is available to me to move through me, it's a completely different experience. To me, it feels a lot more prosperous because it's that divine flowing through us instead of an efforting from a limitation of whatever it is physically that we might run out of juice on, whatever that is. So when we talk about participating and allowing, participating in a kind of broad stroke, we're talking about participating in creativity. We're talking about participating in diversity. We're talking about participating in a way that opens up to what vast abundance is all about and allows the divine unfolding, the evolution of the universe to happen with us, through us, as us, around us, before us, behind us, that we are a part of all of that is the key to this idea of participating. In the story, Sophia, who eventually is revealed as the divine Sophia, the divine feminine, essentially, is teaching Peter about the ways that they've kind of missed the mark on who the true God is. His own perspectives and the church's perspectives about what God is really about. She says the divine intent was that humanity would encounter something like this, a large, diverse, and constantly evolving universe, a realm of immense space and deep time and mind-boggling multiplicity, a vibrant, interconnected web of life, a complex dance of human histories and cultures. Yeah, I heard somebody, or I think it was John, just say, because that's, when we behold, when we begin to name, when we begin to notice vast abundance, it has that sort of sighing effect. It's like, wow, I am a part of something that is so incredible. And I get to be here. I get to be a part of this. I got to be incarnated on this beautiful planet to be a part of the immense beauty, the diversity of life, the constant, evolving, abundant co-creativity of life. And when you think about it just for a moment, it's awesome, isn't it? To begin to realize that we get to be a part of this. And then you start to, if you just consciously say, I'm going to name some things, I'm going to notice some things that light me up, that are a part of the vast abundance of the universe as I walk around. It's like as soon as I do, I'm very visual, so as soon as I do that, I start looking around and I see all your beautiful faces and the color in this place. Look around and look at all the color today. And then outside and the vibrancy out there. And then, so often we can hear the birds singing here and all these beautiful symphonies of song. And it's like, I start to vibrate with wow, I feel alive again, Do you know that feeling? It's like, and maybe this is why we keep coming together, because it's like it feels good. And I often say it's to remember who we are, which is certainly a big piece of that, in terms of what the journey is about. But on just like a simple form, it's like to feel alive again, to feel plugged in again, to remember that I'm connected to a magnificent universe, that I was created by a magnificent, mind-boggling, exploding divine intelligence of the universe. And not only that I was created by that, and then I'm made of that, and I'm connected to that, but I'm constantly a part of it. It's not like it just happened once that I came in as this magnificent baby and everyone went, wow, you are incredible. And then as I grew, it was just like, yeah, whatever. You know, we do a little of that, don't we? It's like, wow, a new baby. But it's all along the way, at all stages of this magnificent journey and beyond this physical lifetime, right? Because whatever's in here, this spirit, this heart, this soul, the heart, I don't mean the physical heart necessarily, but the access point, that heart and soul, that soul and spirit, of course, we know as an ongoing part of the abundant universe. So their form is yet one more part of that abundance. And if you just think about how the body works, it's like, wow, that's a vast universe in and of itself, right? And then the diversity of humanity and the diversity of life. So, it's all of that allows us to recognize, and all that we have also created together, the cultures, the languages, music, all the things that have this just ongoing, evolving, incredible, vast abundance in its character. Sophia says that all these things that she talks about reveal God's nature as a wellspring and a lover of vast abundance. And so it's that idea that there is, it's sometimes fun to just sort of project that this God is actually a being of some kind, right? Is like, somewhat, we can, a sentient being of some kind. And sometimes that's helpful for us to see it that way, to experience it that way. And so when she brings it to that more intimate level, it's like a lover of abundance, a wellspring of this abundance. And it's like a place we can drink from. It's a place, then it becomes even more accessible to us. More, we'll talk more about that in God Traits part 2, but that more innate and intimate and immanent kind of space of God. And today it's like bring the transcendence in. And so like how do we participate in that transcendence that is permeating everything? So when we call to mind examples of this kind of vast abundance in our universe, some of the things I already named, the galaxies, the forests, music, life, culture, language, human personalities and features, all of these things, it allows us to recognize the creative expressiveness that is the impulse of life. It's the heartbeat of life. It's the essence of life. And we are always a part of that, and it's always accessible to us. It's just sometimes we forget, right? Sometimes we go into this other space, because even with all of this that we've just talked about and this sort of feeling of aliveness and vitality that comes with it, humans tend to go back to scarcity consciousness. Yeah, I hear those knowing sighs in the audience now about that as well. We have this really bad collective case of the not enoughs. It can become kind of pandemic-like, the not enoughs. There's not enough time. There's not enough energy. There's not enough money. There's not enough love. There's not enough friends. There's not enough work to do. There's not enough, you name it. You put in whatever it is. There's not enough worth. Yeah, that's a big one, huh? Just in general. And then there's also this idea, because we get into the not enoughs, that what we bump up against is not enough possibility. And so then we start to wrap our head around this idea that there's not enough possibility. And we talk about things like, well, I won't see that in my lifetime, but I'm hopeful that the future generations will. Do you ever, I can hear myself saying that actually. And so it's those moments when we get into that space, and you can see how it just the energy starts to shrink, right? There's this sort of, we were just in the aliveness of the vast abundance of the universe, and then suddenly we're just sort of like, oh, yeah, not in my lifetime, So if you catch yourself, in this kind of space of not enough possibility, consider for a moment a very simple example, the apple. one fruit out of a zillion. There are 7,500 known varieties of apples in the world. 7,500. I can name like 5 that I see at the grocery store and the farmer's market. And why there are so many varieties of apples is because it all originated from the tree of life, right? I think that actually is part of it. But there is something that is a part of this, and in a scientific way, and that is that apples don't grow true to seed. So if you plant the seeds of, say, like a Honeycrisp apple, you won't get a Honeycrisp. You'll get some new variety that comes that's a little different than a Honeycrisp. And so over the years, all of these different varieties have sprung up as in that process of both volunteer seeding and deliberate seeding. So it's kind of a cool truth that this is the truth of what an apple is all about. And we will be, probably right now, a new variety of apple is being discovered somewhere, right? At least one. In the parable of the apple orchard, Sophia describes 2 farmers. I've adapted her parable a little bit for our purposes. But the first farmer grows only one variety of apple. You see, she's very pragmatic and she wants to prosper. And so she figures out what is the shiniest, sweetest, most beautiful apple she can grow that will be bring her the most financial success, and she fills her entire orchard with only that apple, that variety. The second farmer already sees herself as abundant. Her land, her resources, and it's not known in the story, but let's just pretend they have about the same amount if you were just to measure it in physical ways. But her perspective is that she has everything. That she is abundant. And so she plays out of that sense of abundance. So it's not work to an end, that's driving her. It's the playful delight and the joy of variety. And she can't get enough variety. So the whole orchard is filled with all kinds of variety, tangy and sweet and round and disfigured and strangely colored and all kinds of apples. And this farmer just finds so much joy in the diversity. And that is how I think the divine perceives this whole universe. And this is that vast abundance, that God trait of vast abundance that we inherit. The lover of diversity, the lover of multiplicity, the lover of constant evolving, endless creativity. So here's a little twist on the metaphor, a personal twist. One of the apple trees in this immense orchard of variety starts looking around one day and decides, as it looks around, that it is not as admired as the other apple trees or the fruit of the other apple trees. It's got kind of a funny shape. It's not like a perfect apple shape. It doesn't have that kind of heart shape or the round shape. It's just a little bit different. Its coloring's a little bit different. It's maybe slightly tangy, maybe on the edge of sour. It's still sweet too, but it's not the sweetest. And so it starts to think it's not as valuable as the others. And the farmer couldn't think more differently about that apple tree. To the farmer, this apple tree is amazing. It's so interesting. It's like when we encounter a new color of flower, right? A new pattern of flower or a new fruit you've never had before. Isn't it like, wow, this is so interesting. I love this. I'm curious about this. I want to try this. And we this is like the special tree in the orchard, right? But the tree sees itself differently because the tree sees through the eyes of comparison. And remember what Theodore Roosevelt said about comparison? It's the thief of joy. Scarcity consciousness thrives, continues to live on, I don't know if thrive is the right word, survives, on competitiveness and comparativeness. That's what it tends to do. And it also tends to then manifest as monocrop sameness, right? We see that across the way that farming happens now. To think about that is perhaps behind that is scarcity consciousness. And yet those places that are thriving in these ecosystems of diversity have the secret to the vastness of the abundance of the universe and are living from that kind of consciousness that understands that like all of us might begin to recognize about ourselves over time, that when we begin to embrace the unique qualities of ourselves, we can relax into the delight of being alive. When we are constrained by the idea of fitting in, like this apple tree was, it sucks some of the life out of us. And so it's shifting to see as the farmer sees us, as God sees us. Incredible, special in our own unique expression, important to the whole, a part of the whole. Some of us have spent almost a lifetime trying to be a gala apple, when actually we're like some kind of strange heirloom variety. Right? And if only we would embrace our strange heirloom selves, life would be different. The suffering that ensues from the kind of mismatch that happens there in that kind of perspective can be really quite deep, right? And it then fosters this false belief that only certain things are valuable, certain kinds of bodies, certain kinds of looks, certain kinds of ages, certain kinds of achievements, ways to be successful, certain personalities. Even when we dwell, though, in scarcity, because that's what it is that we do when we're there, right? There is this whole process going on of immense vastness, of creativity that just blows our minds when we take a moment to focus there. And all of that is going on around us, inside of us, in our brains, how our brains are working, how our hearts are pumping, how our bodies are working, how the connections are happening in our relationships. All these things are happening around us. Innovations, explosions of creativity, new galaxies being, discovered. It's like all this stuff is happening while we're also in a space of scarcity. And all we got to do is decide to open the door and walk out into the vast universe. Open the door of our minds and open to the divine intelligence of the universe. Open the door of our hearts and open to the portal of the essence of divine love. And in that space, we come back to center. We come back to truth. And then we go, oh, where was I? Why did I decide to go to that scary place when I could be in this garden of ever-blooming expanse and be living it and breathing it and experiencing it and being a part of creating with it, participating in it, allowing it to move through me and create in my own life and in my own self. All of that available to us. I sometimes feel so stunned by the volume of content that is generated on the internet by individuals, don't you? The World Wide Web of creativity and the kinds of things that people are interested in. Sometimes it's like, this person has thousands of followers, and it's like, what did they just produce that's getting that much interest? It's like all of this stuff that is going on in this web, this vast web of creativity, of intelligence, of soul expression, of diversity. It's like, it's kind of overwhelming, right? And all the things that the younger generations do that I just couldn't even imagine was possible at my age. I bet you could relate, right? It's like how fast we have evolved, how fast the speed of innovation and technology. Every time I go to the city, there's more driverless cars. Do you notice this? And they are so interesting. I remember when I saw the first one driving through Golden Gate Park, and this was, I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago. And since then, it's like every time I go, it's like, whoa, there's one, there's one. But it's the most fun when my 90-year-old mother is in the car with me. And she has some memory stuff. So every time we see one, we get to have this delightful experience all over again. And so I'm like, Mom, you know that, see that car? Yeah, the one with the fan on it? Yeah. There's nobody driving it. No, that's not true. Yes, it is true. I know, it's hard to believe, right? So then I'm like, I'll show you. And then we like get up next to the guy, I go, look, no driver. The person's in the back. No, how can that happen? That doesn't even seem safe. I don't like that idea. I know, Mom, it's all new. It's all part of the vast, mind-exploding vastness of the universe, right? This is incredible. Don't you feel alive? You know? And then we get to do it again, you know? And then she'll say things like, how do you even get one of those, you know? So I've decided I want to go in one, and so I'm going to take her on a ride in one. Yeah, that sounds like so much fun. But the sheer scale, the sheer scale and acceleration of technology and innovation and human genius working with the vast abundance of the universe truly is like jaw-dropping awesome, isn't it? And then all the stuff that's going on with artificial intelligence. And I know it's like, back and forth, like we have concerns about this, and it's like awe about it. And it's like, I just always want to encourage all of us spiritual, positive people, start using it and feeding it all kinds of good, positive stuff, right? Because that's how we shift the energy of something going a direction we don't want it to go. We participate. We allow ourselves to move to places that are new for us and try out those edges, push those edges. But sometimes when I think about all of this stuff, it's like I feel the awe and then I feel overwhelmed. Do you have that feeling too? Yeah, I feel like I'm being left behind. And I look at all these people like creating stuff, and I'm like, gosh, like what? Like where's my life going? And like, what's happening here, And so it starts to feel a little bit like, oh, wow, well, like maybe I'm kind of becoming obsolete. Do you have these feelings? It's just me. A little bit of this, yeah. So like standing over here in the dust, I realize, we begin to start to formulate thoughts like, oh, well, significance is about like the person who has the biggest platform, the biggest influencer, or the most important things, out there are the newest inventions or the people with the fastest minds, And this, too, is scarcity thinking, right? Because it starts to drain the life. It starts to get us into comparison. It starts to get us into that competitive spirit. It's like suddenly we're dwelling there in that space again. It assumes that somebody else's youth diminishes our vitality, that somebody else's creativity diminishes our own creativity. It assumes that somebody else is super innovative and therefore we are becoming obsolete. And none of that is true. In a healthy, diverse orchard, there is a need for mature trees. They bring deep roots. They bring the patience to bear the fruit. Those little sprouts, they can't produce an apple yet. And we need all of it, right? We need all of the beautiful maturity and youthfulness and new birth, all of it in our orchard, in our Eden, in our heaven on earth that we co-create together as we participate in this vast abundance. So it's a knowing, a recognizing that vast abundance is holistic and collaborative in its nature. And living in abundance is about learning that we belong to this cosmic source. that we are both created by it and we belong to it. We belong in it. We belong as a part of all this heartbeat of the universe that's happening, all this breath of the universe that it breathes in, kind of takes stock, and it breathes out, and something new is out there. And it breathes in, and it takes stock, and then there's something new out there. And it's kind of how we create in the world, too. And the taking stock is just a recognition of where is my consciousness. When we come in, we go, where is my consciousness? Oh, right, I need it to come back into center. I need to center myself again. I need to realign my thoughts again. Oh, that's right, I was in scarcity again. I got to just open the door of that city and leave. I don't want to be in that city anymore. That doesn't work for me. And I might, open that door again and find myself there again. That's fine. We don't need to be hard on ourselves. We just recognize, a breath. A breath takes me back into the vastness of the universe, into the spiritual centering of the universe, and then back into the creation. And literally, you are creating with a breath. You are giving oxygen, or carbon dioxide, to your favorite tree. And it goes, thank you. I was waiting for that breath. I'm so glad you're out of scarcity. Right, the life, the nature that we appreciate that thrives around us thrives when we are aligned with a vast abundance remembrance, and we're participating in it. And participating in it can mean moving your body around and breathing. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be the greatest influencer with the biggest platform. In fact, or you might be. But, whoever it is that you are a part of this vast, abundant, diverse, constantly evolving space. So one of the things that happens is that when we consider all the big ideas of it being included and being a part, sometimes the truth feels too big. And so we contract a bit, right? Because smaller is more manageable, right? To live in a little smaller space that we can control and we can categorize and we can understand kind of feels like, oh, okay, a little bit of relief. This little square of life, this little space is mine. And there's some truth to that, but the problem is when we keep doing that, we have a tendency then to collapse in our energy, to contract our belief system, and to get back into that space again. So what's important is to just keep believing and knowing that there is that, it's all there for me, it's all available to me. And what I'm doing in the co-creative process is practical. It's taking this big divine idea of who I am and what I want to create, and it's chunking it into smaller pieces that I can have a little bit of control over or understanding over, so that I can move toward manifestation through my physical experience and through the physicality of life. So it's not that we don't do that, but it's the consciousness with which we do it. If we're just collapsing into smallness, then we're collapsing into small-mindedness, and from small-mindedness, we shift back into these false beliefs. And we think that the value of our branch isn't as good. And in this large orchard of life, how could my branch really matter? And that's really what's at the essence of this, in that we sit there and go, the universe, it's so amazing. I'm so small. Oh. There's like another piece to that, right? Suddenly it's not just really, that's so cool. It's like, maybe I don't really matter. And so that, I think, is the kernel for us to work with, to open back up to abundance. If we just keep ourselves aware of where we fall short, then we can open to all that is available to us. And there is a lot available to us. My friend, Laura used to say that if you want to know how to do something, you just download it from the universe. I mean, this is really how she lives her life. And she'd be like, I wanted to learn to cook Indian food. And so she said, so I just asked, and then I received this really amazing recipe, and I started cooking Indian food. And then she just like that was just the thing she does. And it's like, well, it sounds really magical, right? She didn't have to read a recipe book or get something from the internet or invite over her Indian friend to teach her or whatever it is, the ways that we might normally learn. She just said, oh no, you just open. You just open and ask and you receive. Whatever you want, you can download it. It's like as easy as downloading from the cloud. But she told me this way before the cloud was available to us, right? That technological cloud anyway. And so it's that knowing that we really can access all of that wisdom, all of that intelligence. And it's just, what do you want? What do you want to know? Open to it. Ask and you shall receive, right? Knock and the door shall be opened. And so that's what it's all about. Charles Fillmore said that ideas are the very definition of prosperity. He said that true prosperity is this rich state of mind, a consciousness of rich ideas. And we all have a lot of ideas. Think about how many ideas you might have in a day, in an hour, in a chunk of a day, in a morning, say, starting with what's for breakfast, right? And then you get an idea. And then you get another idea, and then you get another idea. I want to make a suggestion that we exercise this throughout our week and maybe beyond, of counting how many ideas you have in a day. I bet you will lose count. I bet you can't keep up with how many ideas you have in a day. And if true prosperity, our co-founder Charles Fillmore is saying, true prosperity is defined as ideas, and you have that many ideas, guess what? You are very, very prosperous. And so prove it to yourself. Keep a little journal. How many ideas did I have on Monday? Oh, how many ideas did I have? Oh, I lost count. That was an idea. Oh, that's right, that was an idea too. Oh, that idea led to that idea, and that idea came, oh yeah, and then I took in this idea from that person, and that spurred another idea. And off we go, right, with the richness of the ideas. Just one mere idea can change a relationship, can heal a body. Just one idea can open up to a vision that alters our history. Think about that. That's where everything we see came from, an idea. Somebody had an idea. And that somebody was the vast, abundant, universal essence of God that got caught by a human mind and then got manifest as something that we use every day, like turning on the lights. So where do we want to go from here? Old ideas of abundance talk about a person's worth. And we use that term, your worth, in those ideas as your assets, your cash, or whatever it is that, your financial dollar sign worth. There's I always found that a little bit distasteful, but, there's a nugget of truth in it when we describe that sense of worth, because how we assess our worth does matter. It's really important how we assess our worth. If you're finding that you're not dwelling in the space of abundance, that you feel contracted, this is a great place to look, to assess your own sense of worth. We want to see through the eyes, not of the anxious tree that sees limitation. We want to see through the eyes of the farmer that sees our unique expression and says, well done. Thank you for being who you came here to be. Without you, there wouldn't be this, whatever it is that you're expressing. There wouldn't be that unique spin on things. There wouldn't be that way that you do that thing that you do so well. And then think about all the things you do. Oh, we could go off on that too, but we won't. So I want to just remind us with this affirmation. We're going to have another affirmation in a minute, but just kind of toward our end here, I'd like to affirm this. Let's say it together. I am a valuable part of a vast, abundant, divine life. I am a needed, diverse expression of God's delight, exactly as I am. Exactly as I am, right? I am enough. There is enough. I am enough. That's another way we could do this prayer. You want to do that? There is enough. I am enough. There is enough. I am enough. One more time, a little slower. There is enough. I am enough. Maybe just that we walk away with. Fresh ideas about ourselves and our potential perhaps get sparked by just walking around. There is enough. I am enough. The world is our orchard. It is our Eden. It is our opportunity to create whatever it is that we want. And if we remember that we are enough, that we are a part of it, that we belong to this vast abundance, we will stand in awe of it. And in the moments we might feel overwhelmed by the fast pace of the creative explosion that happens all around us and through us and in our lives and in our universe, we can just remind ourselves that I belong to this abundance, that I have a part in this, that I have my own unique branch that brings its own unique fruit, and I am needed, I am loved and admired for it. The world would not be the same without it. So that's how we access God's vast abundance, not by working faster and smarter and harder and bigger, by relaxing, by allowing, by breathing, by remembering that we are a part of it all. So let's affirm one more time something, a little different spin. The vast abundance of the universe is accessible because it includes me. I simply relax, allow, and participate. And so it is.
You know what absolutely delights me is when I see Kristin on fire and when I see that divine intelligence and that creativity moving through you and the way that you speak. And Astra today, when she was singing that song about being in this garden and delighting with, and I focus my love, and that grows, and I put my attention here. And I think one of the ways that this community serves all of us is that we acknowledge, when I see you lit up, I'm going to just go, wow, do you see this? And let's celebrate that. So I have a new practice. There was a time my dear friend Sharon, that many of you know, she focused on beauty. And she would, to this day, that's her focus. And whenever she sees it, she just stops everything. Do you see that bird? And it could be it's all around us. So I'm going to, my consciousness and intention on this divine abundance that I'm a part of, So I'm just all excited. I get lit up easily. It was beautiful. Thank you so much.
So our prayer chaplains are available after the service to provide personal prayer support. If you're a prayer chaplain serving today, please stand. Oh, a whole raft of them now. We had 3 at the 9:30. Got a whole bunch in here. You can see them in their beautiful purple stoles. Thanks, all of you.
Whether you have a joy or a concern in your heart today, praying with a prayer chaplain is a powerful opportunity to have your intentions raised up in consciousness. And Bobby Bader's coming in.
And Bobby's coming in just
One
because
of the things
the
I
energy.
encourage you to do is to work with your prayer chaplains and help celebrate the joys in your life. You know, I want a prayer of celebration. You know, celebrate the abundance and the joy that we experience.
So now let's open our hearts to the practice of giving. I invite you to prepare your gifts as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive, because in truth there is no lack or limitation, and abundance is our true nature.
And for your convenience, there are a variety of ways, as you know, to financially give to our community. You can see them up on the screen there. And for those of you watching online, there is a donate button on the Watch Live page. And we encourage everyone to set up free and regular automatic giving to Unity using your bank's free bill pay service.
So now I invite you to take your tithe or offering in your hand and heart and repeat our affirmation with me. Together, divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
All right, let's claim our joy. Won't you repeat after me? Spectacular joy.
Spectacular joy.
Incredible joy.
Incredible joy.
Miraculous joy.
Miraculous joy.
Spectacular joy.
Spectacular joy.
Beautiful. I know what freedom feels like because I choose. Sing it with me. I know what freedom feels like because I choose to feel that glorious love,
Glorious love.
abounding love,
Abounding love.
infinite love,
Infinite love.
glorious love.
Glorious love.
I know what grateful feels like because I choose. I know what grateful feels like because I choose to feel that generous life,
Generous life.
that healing
Healing
life,
life.
radiant light, generous light. I know what happy feels like because I choose. I know what happy feels like because I choose to feel that spectacular joy.
Spectacular joy.
Incredible joy,
Incredible joy.
miraculous joy,
Miraculous joy.
spectacular joy,
Spectacular joy.
oh, glorious love, sing it,
Glorious love.
abounding love,
Abounding love.
infinite love, glorious love,
Glorious love.
give me that generous love,
Generous light.
that healing light, radiant light, the generous light. I know what freedom feels like because I choose to.
Thank you for all the abundant, beautiful music today. Yeah. All right, and look at this abundance. This is one of the many ways we participate in the vast abundance of the universe, giving from that place of generosity that knows that as we give, we truly do receive. So thank you, Spirit, and each one of you for being aligned with that truth, for knowing that your practice, your participation of giving allows Spirit to move in this community and through you and through your lives and through all of our lives and all the lives we touch, and therefore the entire universe. Profound that your dollar goes that far. Let's bless it together. We give thanks for the ever-increasing, constant flow of absolute good in our lives now. So it is.
All right, let's sing in our children. We are a circle of love. We are a circle of light. Come join the circle of love. Come join the circle of light. The light in you and the light in me are one. The light in you and the light in me are one.
Good morning. Whoa, good morning. Good morning. Oh, okay. Good morning. That works.
He'll fix it.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. The divine light was coming through us. Abundant. It was abundance of. Thank you and good morning. We had such a good group. I'm loving all the kids that are showing up lately. It feels really fun. And we started kind of talking about communication, and we kind of started our sign language process. So we're going to be learning that over the next few weeks. So we're really excited to start that. And the kids were just talking about how important it is to be present for other kids, other adults, how communication and how being present for other people really makes a big deal and makes people feel seen and heard. And Mike had some really good feedback if you wanted to talk about the questions you did. It was really fun.
Actually, I think I'm going to pass this over to someone else.
Yes, it's been a while. Yeah. Yeah, so it's been a while since I've done this, but we had a few questions, which was, one of them was, what's your favorite way to communicate with people? I forgot some answers. I know texting was was the majority answer. Then there was, what's your biggest pet peeve or dislike about communicating with others? Does anyone have what was yours? People to interrupt. Oh yeah, interrupting was yeah. Pretty self-explanatory. I forgot the other question that we had. There was only 3, but yeah, it was pretty fun.
Wonderful. Well, it sounds like a great session. Yeah. And this is Sophie's first day with the kids? Oh, okay. Well, she just wants to show off her special shorts today. Let's bless all of our. Well, let's bless our children, youth, and teachers together. Children, youth, and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you.
Yay. All right, we're going to sing our closing song. Yep. Please rise in body or in spirit. And make sure if you like to hold hands that the other person likes to hold hands.
Or you can
so
put
that
your
we are
hands
all
like this.
in agreement.
Check. Yes.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present. It's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
You are a part of this vast, abundant universe. You are the light and the love, and as you shine your light, remember always to have fun and spread joy.